Hi everyone, it's Lanka. Today I am going to play in my homegrown collection Traveler's Notebook that is a design team project for Cheaply Chic. As always, I will leave all the links in the description box below. Let's open this up, and this will be a little bit different than my previous videos. This month I am going to do something different. Yes, I will do a series of videos sharing some tips and tricks and hopefully inspire you to how to fill up a blank journal, how to embellish it and decorate it. Number one, stamping background stamps. And I have these notebooks where I have all my stamped images inside. This one says vintage and grunge and sewing themed and such, so I can go through here. There it says it's from Viva Decor and it's called Vintage Lace. And then you see I have stamped all sorts of all my stuff. This is a lot of work, but well worth it. All these R that stands for rubber stamp, and the W is it's the wood mounted stamp, because I organize and I have them in different places. There's another one. This is a script stamp I wanted to use, and that's a wood block, and I know that all my wooden blocks is this one. It's a tilde stamp. It's very old, but very great for backgrounds. I have all my wooden stamps in a shelf, and here you see these says backgrounds, frames, corners, swivels, heart, stars, and random things. So here's a all those, and I have several of these books, so I have also chosen this, and this says Impression Obsession. And then I have some drawers where I keep my stamps in these bags by producers. So Impression Obsession, then I know I have to look for this bag with an I and ING, so J maybe it's but there's the stamp, so I can easily find it. And that's a tip. This works so great for me. That's the other one. I have chosen these 3 stamps to use for backgrounds. Here beside me here I have a lot of these papers that came in the kit that can also be used as background. The only thing I have done is I went to my sewing machine and stitched, because I want to use this as a pocket, and that can easily be a background page too. So as I have said in my previous videos, I really like to keep this letter from Lynette that tells us about her thoughts and how this collection came about and such. So I want this here in the front, and I will use some distressing black soot, and I will distress the edges. I have trimmed it down just a little bit, and my paper trimmer is quite dull, but sometimes that's perfect if you want a little bit more distress. Look to your projects, and the ink also gives a different effect when you have a little bit dull blades. Now, so I want to use some washi tape again, as always, And I will also show you how I store my washi tapes. I use these ring books, and in my craft room I have a round wooden rod that you use on your oh my gosh, my word, I can't find, you know, those wooden sticks. And here are some black and white and a little bit of color, and I want to use this one. So let's just use my tape here to make it easier for me. I am going to lay this here. And like this. Now I will place it right on the edge of my journal right here, and it's a little bit bigger, but I don't mind. I will just hold it here, fold the journal closed, give it a good press, and it will be like this. And now I have that I always want to keep. So here I will make a journaling spot right here, and I saw she had added these lists, and I think I want to glue this list down. So maybe we should just distress this too quickly with the black soot. Now I think I will just use a glue stick. This paper is quite thin, and the glue sticks will be good enough for this type of paper. Like so. So there we have covered this page, all ready to go ahead and journal. Now we want to stamp a little bit, and I have this one and this one and these laces that are so pretty. And I want to use this distress ink called Old Paper. I also have pumic stone, and I have this one from Brilliance, and that's a very silver. Oh, it's pretty when you stamp it. So now we have to decide where to stamp. Let's see. I really like this. This is big, and because I want to journal over my background pages, that's why I use these very light colored inks. And this is not about perfection at all. I am not as good as using my stamps as I should. So you see, it's a little bit almost on the green side, but old paper. And I like to use, I have this cloth here, and it's damp and it's almost like a little spongy feeling. I like to use those to just clear, wash my stamps and things, and maybe see it goes through these papers, but that's okay. But this is a paper bag and I like to, this fits perfect here. So let's try this silver. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Pretty text. There we go. And as you see, it's very sparkly, but still you can journal over this. And this, I believe, we have to wait a little bit because this is quite wet. So while we are waiting for this to dry, let's talk about stencils. What I have picked out for this is this one. It's from this set from Tim Holtz. It reminds me of the chicken wire, and you know, the rooster on the front and also on this letter. So I thought that has to be included. And I also have, this is from Prima. So there are 5 pieces here. And there I have this one, and I picked this one. It's kind of like a flower, so I want to use that. It's this one. Then if you don't have stencils, I made my own using acetate or packaging from you know, your stamps and such. And I use this die here from Sizzix. It's the Tim Holtz Tinlits die, and I made my own stencil, so we will also use that. And the last one is, this is a big one. Let's see, there's the brand, a 12 by 12 stencil that looks like this. We can do some stenciling here. Let's try this flower thingy here. It's great. You can just, it's a swivel and use the ones you like. And look, this is perfect size for a traveler's notebook too, like so. So I wonder how I'm going to do this with my camera setup, but okay, let's see. I want to use this, let's use this pumice stone. Yeah. And hope you're seeing what I'm doing, because it's so weird, this angle I am working with this. But so this will not be perfect at all, but that's okay because it's my journal and I'm doing this to show you different techniques and ideas and such. And I as we go through this series, you will see that anything can be fixed. So that's how that looked like. There we have another background, And I am going to move on. So here we have a book page that, let's see, just clean this a little bit. We have a book page, and that's not very interesting. I want to cover this up and this. So I want to look here in the stash of things. Oh, we have this guest check, and it has this coffee cup, and I think it will be perfect. I will just have to cut it down a tiny little bit. So you have to decide if you want to do some inking, and why not, when we are first starting to distress with ink, it's almost like, oh, then we have to continue. So at least I feel that way, but okay, there we go. I have this tacky glue. Just tested it and it worked. Oh my gosh, they are driving me crazy. The glues, they are clogging all the time. Another great tip with that cloth I'm using, I will show you that, with glues as well. Let's glue this down like so, and we have more journaling place and background pages. That is, instead of, you know, the fabric tack and such, when it grows out of the bottle, I just keep this over my top. This one keeps everything wet or damp, so it doesn't clog, and that's a great tip. And now we will see, here we have the back, and this list here, I was thinking to add that to my back page. You will also have a place to journal and background page at the same time, because there's no rules. You can cover this up, embellish it, and pretty things up, dress it up as you like later. There's no one that's telling you that you have to use this for journaling. So let's do the glue stick. And that's it for this. We had more stamps that we wanted to use. This pretty here. Like this, for example. This is the letter that comes to me from Lynette, and this is the envelope. Maybe I will just glue that. I am not too keen about these. I don't mind covering this up. I think as a background here, I like to glue down this envelope, and then I I will just use my black set like so. So there's another one, and I can stamp on this one too. I just chose a few different colors because if I have too many options, it's harder to decide. Oh my gosh. So there we have a messy, lazy kind of background. It's a little bit dark, but that's okay. Now let's try some stencils. And I talked about this chicken wire thing, so it would be perfect to have it besides this rooster here. So I will use this old paper, I think, and I bought these that's so popular and so many people are using. I found this at the Tiger's shop, and it's 3 sizes makeup brushes. These were not cheap, but I like it. I haven't used the bigger ones, only this small one. But I really like it, and I think we will do something here. Old paper, yes. So I like this old paper because it's so soft and settled, and gives just a tiny touch, hint of color that you can easily journal over. I don't like it when the background is too dark. We could do some more up here, I think. Maybe we should just cover the whole page. So it's very soft, and I really like that. So we will move on. And I want to try this handmade stencil. Let's do a little, you can use this both ways, you know. Let's do a little flower thing here, and I will use the pumic stone, I think, for this. And let's mirror it and do the same thing here. So we have something happening on these pages too. The decoration of the journal comes later. I want to keep this. Let's see this one. As you see, I stitched, but I didn't stitch the flap closed because I wanted to wrap it sort of around one of these pages. And then I want to just make an opening here so I can put something behind here, and I have already been thinking that I would like this card that she sent to go in here because it fits perfect in here. So now, because I cut it open, it's we have to close it here. And I will use some washi tape again. So then we can glue this down. On this side, I want this to be like a tuck spot. So I want to ink these edges too. So for this to be a tuck spot, it has to be glued somehow. And I want to just put some glue here on the edge, because then I can still decide what I want to do on the other side. So, one thing at a time. I haven't thought everything through, you know, we are just playing here. See how this leads us. And this is too long, so I'm just folding it. So this will also create a little pocket here on the bottom of my page. And then we can journal here. And of course this has to be a pocket. Yes, I folded this, I didn't cut it. So we can just leave it like this and have a pocket behind. But that's perfect. So I want to embellish this more. Let's see what else we have. Oh, we have music sheets. That's pretty. As backgrounds, we will do a little bit of more stenciling to, you know, these. I think maybe I will glue down this tag here. Oh, maybe this. See the stains from the coffee dyeing? It's kind of like in brown orange, and that match. And it also covers. It covers all my all the writing. So I think I will just glue this down actually right here. And now I can also do stamping and stenciling around this. It's easier to do it beforehand, but I didn't think about that. So let's see if we can do that with, let's use this one. And maybe we could use the black one. Ooh. Let's just try, see how that looks. Because I don't think I will be journaling around this. Let's I didn't re-ink this. I just I'm using it very softly with the leftover ink. It wasn't too bad. I was afraid this was going to be too black, too dark, but that was kind of a little cool effect too. And it's just, I'm just cleaning this quickly. And I really like this stencil. I want to use it some more. Let's go here. Maybe we could use it on the in the middle here. And oh, that looks cool. And I want to just flip it over and try to make it like a complete circle. Very soft and subtle. I like that background here. And let's see. I have some blue going on here. Let's make a pocket out of this bingo card, but then I have to cut it down a little bit. Okay. Let's do it. And glue on 3 sides to make a pocket. Trying to be quick because this is so long already, but I hope it will give you some ideas. Moving on, we were talking about music paper. It's from Chopin. I want to keep that. And let's see. I have this tearing ruler here. Looks like this. And I want to just make some torn edges. This, and see around where the word brillante starts. There's where I want to tear my edge again. Maybe I can do this. We have different type of edges here, and instead of tearing this off, I'm not going to decide right now. I will ink up the edges here. See, I want to just glue it all down. I will use my glue stick for this, because I'm trying to hurry. And Inky. Gluey and inky. Oh. Like so. Now I can decide if I want to flip it over and make a pocket here, or flip it up and make a pocket here. But I think I want to make a pocket on the other side, so I will just fold it up like so, and a little bit of, let's see, let's use the scissors. So now we have a pretty border here too. And then we will have to do some glue to make it a pocket here and here. So there was something else I wanted to give a little tip about. If you don't have all these inks and stuff, or if you don't have a huge variation for the stencils, look at all these eyeshadows. So they are pretty awesome to use. So why don't we do that for the butterflies? Maybe here. On the back, that would be pretty. I have this creamy, shimmery eyeshadow here. Now I can use, this is a baby wipe. It's not completely dry, but almost. I'm just sort of rubbing it a little. Keep this to hold it. And I am just going to use this eyeshadow first, and it is very pretty, but I don't think you can see. And now I will just wipe out the excess. It gives some shine. You can't see it. Maybe I should do a little bit more grayish. There is a silver one. Let's do that so you can see it better. It didn't show up very well. And you also have the pastel, pan pastels and pastel chalks and all sorts of things you can use with your stencils to make backgrounds as well. So now you can see the powder. I hope you can see that. So I have to just wipe it a little bit, and it's just a soft background. Oh, it's hard to see, but that's also a tip. And how does it look so far? We have something here. Don't have to have something everywhere, but I think I will do a little bit more of this text stamp with my old paper. Just here and there around in the journal. Just to make a little bit background to as a base for our further embellishments later. Next time I think I will show how to decorate the edges of your journal. And there's also so many things you can do with that. I had a yellow page here. Let's see. I like this edge on this paper. I think I'll have to cut it down just a little bit, or maybe more than just a little bit. I will keep this. Maybe we can use it as something later. Yes, I think I want to glue it down here actually. And it's pretty sure it's a yummy recipe too. Shrimps. I think shrimp. Fold it over again. Just make it into a pocket, because then we can decide if we want to use it or not. You have the option at least. I forgot to distress the edges. I can do that later. What else did I want to say? We have these. Those can, well, not really a background, but sort of. Anyway, it could be pretty just as a background right here, because this text is not too exciting. Then I have to cut it down a little bit. Let's see. But everything in the kit, the colors, they match so well. Goes really well with everything. So there's just a pretty picture, and you can glue your own picture on top, or like a notepad paper on top, or keep it just for something pleasant for the eye to look at, like so. We have this. Why don't we just glue that down here? Maybe just use our scissors to make a more interesting edge, and it can be almost like a label for our paper bag. Probably will be all crooked and a little bit more, like so, and it grabs some of the colors. So, you know, all the scraps come in handy. So I see I am moving out of the theme here, because it was background pages we were talking about doing, and now I am over on decorating. But I think this will be it for today, and maybe I will continue doing some more backgrounds, but I will still use the same things as you have seen here. And next time, as I said, I will do something on the edges, but just a quick flip through what we have so far. Remember, everything was blank. We have made a lot of interest with just some stamping and stenciling. You don't have to have both. See, you can use either or, and some of the book pages. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. I think this is perfect for all the newbies out there. And if you have some requests on things you want me to share, or tips and tricks to do in this journal, let me know and I will do my best to accomplish that. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you are all doing well, my friends. Bye bye.